I hope that I find you well. I hope that I find you in good health. Okay, today we're going to be talking about standard form. Standard form is really fundamental and of paramount importance if you're studying the natural sciences. Okay, that's mathematics, physics, chemistry, as well as the biological sciences like biology. Okay, it's mainly applicable in the sciences and engineering. Okay, it's very few times that it's used in commerce, economics, and business studies. Okay, so let's get down to business right away. Okay, so standard form is a way of expressing a really large number in the form of indices multiplied by a number between 1 and 10. So for example, this really big number, okay, which I'm sure you can't pronounce it, expressed the standard form will be 2 times 10 to the power 30 kilograms, okay, which can be something like the mass of the sun or the speed of light, which is really difficult to express in the usual normal numbers that you know. Okay, and something that's really small also can be easily identifiable, easily digested in standard form. For example, this number 0.2, excuse me, 0.0000000000000 and so on 22 can be written as 2.2 times 10 to the power minus 17. Okay, so how do we go about writing a number in standard form? That's the next thing that we look at. Okay, so when a number is written in standard form, it looks like this. There will be a number multiplying 10 to the index, okay, to a certain power, okay. And bear in mind that this number, which is multiplying the 10, should always be between 1 and 10, okay. If there is no sign on the number, then it means it's a positive number, okay, and that means the number is very big, and we have to move the decimal point to the right when writing the number in decimal form. If the sign is negative, then the number is small, and we have to move the decimal point to the left. Okay, so this number, which is the power, tells you how many places to move your decimal point. Okay, so how do we go about standard form? Okay, here is the method of expressing a number in standard form. Okay, you place your finger where the decimal point is. That's the first step. Second step, you count backwards or forwards the number of places you have to move to make the starting number between 1 and 10. Step 3, then you write your answer in standard form. So here is a quick example. You have to write this number in standard form. Now, with all numbers like this, the decimal point is hidden at the end, which is there. Okay. So all we need to do is count how many places we need to move the decimal point until we create a number between 1 and 10. Okay, and the number between 1 and 10 will lie somewhere there. Okay, so how many times do we move? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have moved the decimal point 9 places, and so our answer is 2.3 times 10 to the power 9. Okay, so those are typically 1 mark or 2 mark questions on the ordinary level syllabus D exams. Okay, let's look at the next example. Example 2. We have to convert this number to standard form. Okay, now with decimals like this, we can see the decimal point is there. Okay, so now all we need to do is count how many places we need to move decimal point until we create a number between 1 and 10. So here we go. So for us to create a number between 1 and 10, we have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we moved the decimal point 5 places. So our number is 4.623 times 10 to the power minus 5. Okay, so bear in mind, if we move our decimal point from left to right, we have a negative power. Okay. If we move from right to left, we have a positive power. Okay. So those are just the examples that we have when you're converting a number from decimal to standard form notation. Okay. Now what we're going to look at next is something else. How do we convert your number? Okay. From standard form to decimal notation. Okay. Same thing as before, but this time, okay, you need to kind of work backwards. Okay. So if you have a number 1.02 times 10 to the power 6, okay, we can see where our decimal point is, and the 6, which is the power, says we must move 6 places to the right, okay, because it's positive. So if you have the number 1.02, you move your decimal point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so your number in ordinary notation or in decimal notation will be that answer. Okay, you've converted it from standard form to conventional form. Alright, let's look at another example. 7.6 times 10 to the power minus 5. Because the power is negative, we know we're moving the decimal point to the left. Okay, so we write the number between 1 and 10, which is 7.6. We move our decimal point 5 places to the left, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's where our decimal point will be. So meaning our number will be 0.000076. Okay, so that's just how we go about converting a number from standard form back to decimal notation. Okay, the next thing we can look at is how do you multiply two numbers in standard form. Okay, now I'm sure you remember this from your laws of indices. Okay, if you haven't studied the laws of indices, don't worry. Okay, this is a form of laws of indices. So we multiply the like terms first, which is the big numbers, which is 8 times 5 is 40. And then because the base of these powers, which is 10, is the same, we add the indices. Okay, 7 plus 2, which is 9. So this number will be equal to 10 to the power of 9. So our answer will be 40 times 10 to the power 9. But we need to convert this to standard form. Okay. And to convert it to standard form, this number is to be between 1 and 10. Okay, so for this number to be between 1 and 10, we know 40 is 10, is 4 times 10. Okay, and 4 times 10 times 10 to the power 9 will be, back to your laws of indices, 1 plus 9, which is 10, so it will be 4 times 10 to the power 10. Okay, because this 40 is 4 times 10 to the power 1. Okay, let's move on to division. You are dividing this number by that number, and you want your answer in standard form. Okay, so first stage, let's divide the big numbers. Okay, now we're talking about division of two numbers and how to express the answer in standard form. Okay, you divide the big numbers, which is 3 divided by 5, which is 0.6. Okay, and then we subtract our powers. Okay, so this is 10 to the power 5 divided by 10 to the power 2. Okay, because these bases are the same from your laws of indices, it will be 10 to the power 5 minus 2. Okay, so the final answer will be 0.6 times 10 to the power 3. Okay, but this is not in standard form because this is not between 1 and 10. So for this to be between 1 and 10, we know that this is 6 times 10 to the power minus 1. Okay, or it's 6 times 1/10. Okay, 1 over 10. Okay, because this is 6 times 10 to the power minus 1, the final answer will be 6.0 times 10 to the power minus 1 times 10 to the power 3. 10 to the power minus 1 times 10 to the power 3 will be 10 to the power minus 1 plus 3. The final answer will be 6 times 10 to the power 2. Okay. So now we've looked at multiplication of numbers and expressing the answer in standard form, division of numbers and expressing the answer in standard form. Now we're going to look at something else different. How do we add numbers? Okay. And how do we express the answer in standard form? Okay. So here the trick is a bit different because you have to convert the number from standard form to ordinary form. Okay, then when you add the two numbers, you then express the final answer in standard form. Okay, so for example, 2 times 10 to the power 4 plus 4.31 times 10 to the power 5 in standard form. Okay, so we have to convert these numbers to normal form. Okay, 2.3 times 10 to the power 4, we have to move the comma 4 times to the right, and we get that number. 4.31 times 10 to the power 5, we have to move the comma 5 times to the right, and we get the number. We add the two numbers, and now we come to the last decimal point of this number. Okay, how many times do we move it to the left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get a number between 1 and 10. We have to move it 5 times. Okay. Because this number is greater than 0, it means it will be 4.54 times 10 to the power 5, a positive power. Okay, next example we look at how do we subtract two numbers and express an answer in standard form. Likewise, you convert the numbers from standard form to decimal notation, and then we subtract the numbers. And then how many times do we move the comma? 1, 2, 3. We move it 3 times to get a number between 1 and 10. So that's just how we simplify expressions for addition, subtraction, and express the number in standard form. Okay. If you have problems working out numbers in standard form, okay, you can hit me up, and we can get to business. Okay, I hope that you can take away 1 or 2 from this tutorial. You can contact me, hit me up if you have any more questions that you're failing to understand. Please like and share this video, circulate it to as many people as you can. This video has been brought to you courtesy of eSchool. Have a good day.